What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Panda here, and today I bring another video for Knighthood. Hopefully the audio in this video is a little bit better than last video, as I've done a little bit to change the audio this time around. But today I want to dive right into the video, because this is a video you guys have been asking me to make for a very long time. Today we are finally talking about charms. I know that this video seems like it's late, but realistically I don't think it is, and let me explain why. Charms are a very important piece of the game. However, they are more of a mid-game to end-game take on the game. Early game, you're going to find yourself maybe putting a charm or two here or there, but you're going to be moving through gear so quickly that you're not really going to want to put charms in your gear until you've reached at least the blue quality of gear. So let's dive right into it. What are charms? Charms are slots that appear on gear. For a common piece of gear, or gray, there are 0 slots. For a green piece of gear, there is 1. For a blue piece of gear, there is 2. For a purple piece of gear, there is 3. And finally, for a yellow piece of gear, there is 4. Now, these slots are completely randomized, but do have various bonuses that they give. For example, if we go into inventory and we scroll all the way down, you will be able to see all of the different types of slots that you have access to, as well as what each of those slots gives. So we'll start here first with our weapon charms. There are 5 different weapon charms: effect, damage, debuff, buff, and critical. For the effect charms, you can have add percentage, chance to inflict burn, acid, and poison. These can be on both side and chain attacks. For damage charms, you have increasing attack damage versus burned enemies, acid inflicted enemies, poison inflicted enemies. You can also increase the ultimate attack damage or the regular attack damage versus these types. For the debuff charms, you have a chance to inflict weaken, expose, unfocus, stun, or freeze on ultimate attacks. For buff charms, you have the chance to grant yourself fury, protect, focus, or regen on chain start attacks. For critical, you have the chance to increase critical chance on side, chain, or ultimate attacks, or critical damage on side, chain, or ultimate attacks. For the armor charms, there are also 5 types of armor charms. For defense charms, you have a chance to increase health or armor. For resist charms, you have a chance to decrease damage taken from burn, acid, and poison. You also have a chance to resist weaken, expose, or unfocus, or freeze, For status, you have a chance to deal more damage with burn, acid, or poison, or reduce the enemy resistance to weaken, expose, or unfocus. For hero charms, you have the chance to increase damage and healing of warriors, rogues, hunters, mages, and alchemists. And for minion charms, you have a chance to increase the damage of minions with normal or critical attacks, as well as with powers that deal damage or powers that heal. Now, there are a lot of charms here, but let's be honest, there's not that many that are very, very good. Up above me, you will see a charm guide. It's called a snapshot to charms that I've made. I will be uploading this to both the official Discord, my personal Discord, and Reddit. You can get links to all of those in the description below if you want access to this piece of information. I do plan on making guides like this in the future, so that if you can't watch this video or you have trouble understanding the language, you should be able to possibly read this. If anyone is interested in translating these to other languages, please let me know. You can email me on my work email down below in the description as well. On this image, you will see multiple things that are important. How do you get charms? Well, you get charms by dismantling armor. I do recommend that once you have a full set of blue gear, you dismantle all gray or common gear from now on for charms. In order to upgrade a charm from gray to green is incredibly cheap. It requires 4 gray charms and 100 gold. So dismantling your gray gear to get a decent amount of of gray charms is incredibly powerful and early game decision that I recommend. I do also recommend while building your charms that you upgrade all of them to a single rarity. And by this I mean get all of your charms to green, then use any excess green charms you get to create blue charms, and do that until you have all blue, and repeat that process until you've reached the unique level. The reason I do this is because it takes 5 green charms to make 1 blue charm. A green charm, for example, of defense, which gives you health or armor, will give you 20% health or 20% armor. When you fuse them to the next level, a blue charm will only give you 25%. Therefore, if you have 5 armor slots with defense charms available to equip, you have a potential to get 100% in those slots. However, if you use those 5 charms to fuse to create a blue charm, you will lose out on 75% health or armor. This is why I recommend that you upgrade to a single rarity so that you can continuously have those buffs, and as you upgrade your armor, you will dismantle, which if you followed my gear guide from before, you will hopefully be doing that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm simply stating that you should not be transmuting with your armor that you are wearing. You should be dismantling it to get the charms inside of them back. The biggest tip I have for you in regards to charms is aiming for level 45 blue gear with a combination of defense and hero slots, because that will get you through the story mode easily. As you get purple gear, as you see in the screenshot directly above me, you can upgrade as those slots acquire. As you can see, if you look at my purple body gear, I have 2 armor slots on them that are defense slots. My previous gear was 1 defense slot and 1 hero slot. Therefore, this purple gear is better than that blue gear because it has a 3rd slot, higher base armor, but still provides the same amount of slots that are good as a blue piece of gear could provide. As you get purple gear, you can dismantle the blue gear and replace the purple slots with the blue gear's charm slots. Now, I know you're all wondering, well, what charms should I aim for? And as you can see to the left of the image we just spoke about, I have a list of charms that I recommend for people. We'll start with weapon charms. For the weapon charms, I believe that critical charms are the best charms. In my opinion, and the opinion of the people I spoke with for this video, critical charms with 1 critical charm and 3 damage charms, and of course a unique, is the best weapon you can have for most purposes. Now, that 1 critical chance charm can be replaced with a buff charm that provides you with focus. The reason this is because a focus buff gives you 25% crit chance, which can make up for the critical chance charm. However, it would be very, very powerful to have a critical chance charm paired with someone like, for example, Titania, who provides you with the focus buff, so you can guarantee criticals with large critical damage from the other slots on the weapon. Side and chain for criticals is much better than ultimate, as you'll be using rage and hero powers throughout your turns, which will prevent you from being able to reach the ultimate moves. There is also a potential for damage versus dots, and by this I mean burn, poison, and acid versus specific guild bosses who are weak to burn, poison, and acid, as it may potentially give you more damage. However, this does still need testing. If you have tested this and you have data for this, please let me know in Discord or on the comments of this video so that I can look into that and update this as necessary. Now, there are other weapon charms that are viable in certain situations. For example, in PvP, it is potential that the best unique weapon setup for charms would be 4 buff charms, 1 of each, allowing you to hit a single time with your weapon, gain regenerate, protect, focus, and fury, and then punch 3 times to burn through an enemy's armor. However, this is currently untested as far as I am aware, and would be specific to PvP, therefore not a good option for beginners. As my content is sort of focused towards beginners / the people who are at roughly the same progression that I am, I would not recommend this at this time. Now we move on to armor charms. Armor charms are definitely very powerful, specifically defense charms. They are absolutely king when it comes to armor charms. And the reason why is because armor and health is incredibly powerful for powering through stages. Armor is definitely slightly more powerful than health, as you tend to take less damage when you're having armor damage go through than if you have health damage. However, I do recommend using a couple health charms in order to prevent you from dying to the pesky rangers who target your health specifically. Hero charms are definitely second place in this regards, specifically when stacked. For example, if you have both Vordry and Titania on the same team, which are arguably two of the best heroes in the game, they are both mages. Therefore, if you have 2 or 3 hero slots with mage, they will do a lot of combined damage and healing, allowing you to overpower stages very quickly. I do have a purple hero charm for mages and a couple green hero charms for mages, and I do plan on putting them in my gear now that I have both Vordry and Titania unlocked. I definitely believe that that will increase my power and allow me to destroy certain stages with the power of healing and damage that they will both provide. I do, however, believe that although hero and defense charms are definitely the strongest, that resistance / status charms do have slight potential for specific niche uses, but I do not recommend focusing these in the early / mid-game phases. The reason I think that they have potential is because being able to inflict certain things such as crit chance down or expose have a lot of potential for damage reduction, as well as inflicting higher damage with expose. I do also believe that preventing yourself from being stunned or exposed yourself has very high potential in certain things. However, I do believe that focusing on defense and hero charms is definitely the best option. This is pretty much everything you need to know about charms, at least in the beginning of the game and towards the mid game. I do have a huge shout out to Muffin Mouth, Ninja Looter, and the We the North Guild, who have provided me with most of this knowledge, allowing me to take this information, do some basic math, and expand on it to provide awesome content for you guys. If you see Muffin Mouth, Ninja Looter, or anyone from the We the North Guild in the official Discord, tell them thanks for me. Also, special shout out to my co-leader, Kaladin, of the Dojo Guild. We had a little bit of a competition. As you guys know, we have a 12-hour guild boss rule, which means you can only hit the guild boss with a level 1 weapon and healing heroes for 12 hours to allow everyone to hit the boss before it dies. Well, I told my guild chat that the person with the lowest damage number would get a shout out at my next video. Kaladin, you did it. You had the lowest damage number. I think you had like 800 damage. So shout out to you, man. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. If you didn't, there's a button for you too. Hit the dislike button. It's okay. It all helps me out. Also, if you have anything you want to add about charms or any questions, comments, or concerns, please hit me up in the comment section below. I do my absolute best to respond to every comment. Just give me time. Anyways, guys, that is it. If you liked this video and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to see when all my content goes live. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.